and everything. But the truth is, the environment is not conducive. The system is not working.
Education system is
The system is not working. I'm proud of my lecturers. I'm proud of myself because look at me today. I am teaching biochemistry, what I learned in my first degree. Yeah. So the lecturers, they try as much as possible. They do well, but the system is not encouraging. See what is happening now.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Academic Research Logs. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today I've got a very good friend of mine. We've known each other how long now? About 20 years?
I think yes, about 20 years.
Yeah, is
so
it?
More than 20 years.
More than 20 years.
More than 20 years.
High
Yes.
school, yeah. So we do go a long way, but it's really nice to be here, be in academia together, and see how our journey, our life has taken us through this journey, isn't it? It's really interesting. But I'm going to let you start, and if you want to tell us a bit about your background, how your journey has gone, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to your story because it's such an inspiring story. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to hearing you chat with us. So if you want to start, that would be good.
Okay. I am Dr. Mrs Owoola Ambali.
Yes.
I had my first degree from University of Ibadan. I studied biochemistry. Then I proceeded to do my master's in University of Ghana. I did MPhil biochemistry. Okay. Then after my master's degree, I decided to study initially to do PhD in pharmacology. Okay. But later, after some consultation, I switched to pharmacognosy. Okay. Because it's my master's degree, my project for master's degree was on bitter cola, okay. Natural product science, natural product biochemistry. So I then decided that instead of going into pharmacology to check for mechanism of action, which is also good, okay. I just felt, oh, why don't I look into other plants that are medicinal in Nigeria, ethnobotany? Wow. So I did my PhD in pharmacognosy, Department of Pharmacognosy, University of Ibadan. Wow. Yes. Yeah. So I studied plants from Nigeria, ethnobotany that have cytotoxic properties that can be used to manage cancer. Okay. Wow. Yes. So in layman language, I looked for plants that can be used to treat cancer, or let me say that traditional medical practitioners, that's the herbalists, yes, they use in treating cancer patients. Yeah. So then I did ethnobotanical survey. I looked at different local governments in Ibadan. Okay. Yes. Yes. So I met with those people. I got some plants, and I did preliminary studies. Yeah. Using different cancer cell lines. Okay. Then afterwards, I was able to isolate compounds. Wow. That can actually be translated into drugs. Okay. For managing cancer. Wow. Yes. So that was what I did. And right now, I'm a lecturer in the University of the Gambia. Wow. I'm teaching biochemistry. Cool. In School of Medicine.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well done. I mean, you've been able to summarize years of work. And when I say years of work, I mean, you've said that, but I know the sweat that's gone into that. And I mean, the joys as well, lots of sweat and joy at the end, isn't it? But I think breaking it down, I want you to take us through some of so in doing your PhD program in Nigeria, what was that experience like for you? Doing your PhD in Nigeria?
I would say bitter, sweet experience. Okay. There were so many times I had to cry. I wept a lot of time. Not because I didn't have money for the research. My parents were sponsoring me.
Oh, that's good.
Though as at the beginning of my PhD, I wasn't married, but after a year, I got married. So my husband was there to support me.
That's good.
It wasn't like I didn't have the money to do it. Okay. But you know, sometimes you have money and your money is actually not useful.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So you have your supervisor there to speak with.
Yeah.
You interact with them. They are there to help you. But you get to the laboratory, it's not functional.
And that's it. It's the infrastructural issues as well, yeah?
Yes. We lack a lot of infrastructure. It's so bad in Africa. I'm sorry to say this, but it's the truth.
No, I do agree with you. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have what you want to do in mind. You have written your proposal. You have been able to source for fund. You have gotten the right information.
Yeah.
You have made everything ready, thinking you are ready. And you get to the field, it's a different ball game.
Different ball game. But yeah. I wondered. Sorry, you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you pay your school fees. It's written there that you have facilities, like you are paid for some things.
That's
and
what
you
I
get
wanted
into
to
the laboratory, you don't find it. You pay for solvents because I'm as good as a chemist. You pay for solvents and you get to the lab technician or the laboratory person in charge, and you tell this person, oh, I need this particular solvent, and they tell you, no, you have to write a letter. This thing is clearly written in my receipt that I've paid for this.
Paid for it.
Eventually, when you get that thing, I'm sorry, it's the cheapest thing you can actually buy, like you're buying water that you get.
It's
not the expensive
value.
Things.
Yeah.
So you look at yourself, you be like, why did I actually come for this program? Yeah. My PhD in 2015.
Okay.
So that's 2017. I already knew what I was doing. Like, if under normal circumstances we have a functional laboratory, at 2017, I should be rounding up my PhD.
Yeah.
Because I've already done all preliminary studies. It was just left with isolation and characterization.
Okay.
So my supervisor then told me that, oh, Owoola, you have to start looking for hosts. I said, host for what? Said, so that you can travel and use their facilities. You have to look for a laboratory. So I started looking for scholarships for research laboratories to work in. I applied in several places. Luckily, I got TWAS fellowships. I got two. One for ICCBS in Pakistan and one for NRF in South Africa. So instead of that, I can go to ICCBS for 6 months, finish what I want to finish then, rather than going to spend a year or two in South Africa. So myself and we were 5 in my department that got that fellowship at the same time.
Okay.
You can imagine, we all had to travel, 5 of us in a department. Wow. You can imagine how silly that can be. Of course, it's for good reasons.
Yeah, but
initially, we wanted to go for the visa in Abuja. I told myself, how can 5 of us from one department travel all the way from Ibadan to do visa in Abuja? Is it even safe? And the road wasn't this bad. The way it is
at the time, yeah.
So when I discussed with some people, they said, oh, of course, your department should have a representative. You shouldn't go. Eventually, we had to go, 5 of us. Good enough. When we were to travel, I think the Italy, the country that gave the fellowship, they were reasonable enough not to put the 5 of us on the same plane.
God forbid anything happens.
I was when I told myself that, oh, Africa, this is not it. But of course, I can't blame God.
No.
For making me to be an African. You understand? Yes. So we all traveled. I remembered when we got there, we were assigned to different supervisors.
Okay.
And almost immediately, the things I was waiting for to do back in Nigeria, I was getting those results almost immediately. I will do these things in 1 week. I will run my column, and my compound drops down like almost in 1 day. I can have 3 compounds. And I will tell myself, imagine if I didn't get this fellowship. I will sit down and be waiting for miracle to happen to me in the laboratory in Ibadan. Once I get my compound and I'm sure it is pure, I just go downstairs to the NMR machine to check and characterize. Pakistan is a third world country.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say, isn't it?
Third world.
Yeah.
They are no way better than us. But the truth is, they're also not rich, but they have people, philanthropists who sponsor them, and they're utilizing these things well.
Yeah.
Back where I am from, even if government is not even doing the right things, if we have philanthropists coming to set these things up, do we have people to manage them?
Okay.
No.
That's the question, yeah.
So we got our results. In 6 months, we were done. I finished writing my thesis before I left Karachi. I go back to Nigeria. I did my post-field. They said, oh, after the abstract will go for a while, back and forth, in less than 2 months, we'll be able to defend. I was booked to defend my PhD March 2020. That same day, that same week, ASU started strike. They said they were doing what's it called? I've forgotten this type of, like, a preliminary strike. I've forgotten the real
name
word.
for it.
Yes. Yes, it's not going to be an indefinite strike.
Okay.
It's just a warning strike. Yes, that's it. Warning strike. So my supervisor, I was pregnant. My supervisor was like, oh, I shouldn't worry. She was actually traveling. She said, okay, even if she travels, we can always do Zoom because she has to be present. We can always do Zoom. I said, I need to do. Initially she said when she gets back. I said, no, by the time you get back, I would have had my baby. Let me do this thing once and for all. She said, okay, that she would do Zoom. They sent my thesis out and all. They scheduled my defense for, I think, first week in March. Then warning strike started. Then they said they were going to end the warning strike that same day, I think a day before. The Friday before. My defense was supposed to be on a Monday. So later, I just heard that they said they did their meeting overnight and they concluded that they were going to do indefinite strike. That day, I cried. Because, of course, you can have strike actions, but there are some things you have planned. Do you know, I didn't defend my PhD until January the following year.
Wow. So that's about how many months in between?
I think 9 months. I was supposed to defend March. Then I remember December, maybe 29. My supervisor called me. Owoola, they have called off the strike. So you need to prepare. You are defending January 5. Because they had already booked me for defense. So they didn't want to wait again. I just told myself, is this life? And I had friends in private university defend their PhD, even with COVID. Because it was that time ASU was on strike, that COVID started in 2020.
Okay.
And I remember returning to Nigeria March 2019 with my thesis complete.
So you were ready to go. It wasn't anything on your side.
I was ready to go as at 2019. Marks, abstracts, all those things. Maximum end of 2019. I should have defended, but we moved it. It was moved to March. Then ASU strike. Then I didn't defend until January 2021.
Wow.
So it's really, really difficult. It's not encouraging. So I tell people, if you think you really want to do PhD, you love academics, you love research, if you have the opportunity, just get out.
Get out and go and do it and abroad, yeah?
Go and do it. Because the truth is, except you are extremely brilliant, that is when you can be functional outside your region. I told myself, if I didn't do my PhD very well, I didn't do my research very well, I wasn't up to date, how will I be able to defend my PhD after 2 years of finishing everything?
2 years, that's a long time to have your work sitting. It's just,
of course, I appreciate the way the lecturers teach, their commitments and everything, but the truth is, the environment is not conducive, the system is not working.
Education system is...
The system is not working. I'm proud of my lecturers, I'm proud of myself, because look at me today. I am teaching biochemistry, what I learned in my first degree. Yeah. So the lecturers, they try as much as possible, they do well, but the system is not encouraging. See what is happening now. ASU was on strike again.
Yeah, they're back again.
Then they resolved it. And now you are paid half-month salary. What do they do with that? Even if they are just lecturers, they are parents of students.
Yes, that's right.
They have family members. They've got families. They themselves, they might be students, because I have colleagues who are lecturers and they are postgraduate students. How do they pay their fees?
That's interesting, yeah.
So it's frustrating.